9 facts you may or may not know. It's weird. I could have sworn the 10th fact. I guess I must have forgot. You know, when you've been in space for a long time, it can start to affect the old memory machine. Till you just forget everything. Well, we don't need to go down that rabbit hole. We have 9 facts you may or may not know that we need to get to. So let's get on the fact. Number 1. Mount Everest grows about 4 millimeters taller every year. Mount Everest, the tallest mountain above sea level, at 29,032 feet, or 8,849 meters, is still growing due to the tectonic activity between the Indian and Eurasian plates. These plates collide, pushing the Himalayan range upward. However, occasional earthquakes can slightly reduce the height by compacting the rock layers, though the long-term trend is upward growth. Dang. Like we reach a max height at a certain point. Like at a certain point we stop growing. But Mount Everest doesn't. Like could you imagine how tall it'd be in like 1,000 years? Do you think it'll be around long enough to where eventually the tip of Mount Everest or is in space? You know, the tip of Mount Everest in space. Like planes would have to reroute their flight pattern, right? Because they wouldn't be able to go over it. Because if they try to go over it or they try to go under it, something bad could really happen, you know? They'd have to go around. I mean, people could die. That is, unless they have the tray table up, and they're picking the polar right position at the tray table up, and they're picking the full upright position. Dang. Well, that is wild to think about. But now, let's move on to fact number 2. A group of crows is called a murder due to old superstitions. Interesting. The term murder of crows comes from medieval folklore, which associated crows with death and bad omens. This was likely due to their black feathers and habit of scavenging near battlefields or cemeteries. Crows are also highly intelligent, capable of using tools, solving puzzles, and even recognizing human faces, which has added to their mysterious reputation. Oh, wow, that is quite superstitious. Wow, that is, that makes them sound like they're animals, or I guess birds, that do shady business. You know? Like, hey, you actually got some information on the human I'm looking for. Yeah. I know the guy. I know where he lives. I suggest you bring some guys with you. Make it an easy job. He leaves the window open, so he'll have easy access. You better be careful. He's a fighter. You know, he could end up being a murder of crows. Okay? Get it? Yeah, you get it. You understand. I think. If not, I'm sure they'll eventually click. Maybe. Who knows? Nobody knows. Anyways, let's move on to fact number 3. Jellyfish are 95% water and don't have a brain, heart, or bones. Whoa. Jellyfish are some of the simplest multicellular organisms, consisting mainly of water collagen, and a nerve net that helps them sense their movement. They lack a central brain, but their nerve cells allow them to detect light, vibrations, and chemicals in the water. Despite their simplicity, jellyfish have thrived for over 500 million years, making them one of the oldest living creatures on Earth. They are quite resilient, don't you think? But they are actually 5,000 and something years old. Because as you know, I believe in the creation. You know. But wow, to think, they're like a floating bag of sorts, full of sting owls. Like, you gotta be careful around them. Even though they don't have a brain, they still know how to cause a lot of pain. Like, I don't even know, I wonder what eats jellyfish. Because, like, that predator is gonna get a rude awakening if it tries. Like, the jellyfish is in its mouth, you know, it's gonna not know where it is, and it's gonna sting. It's really like we go like this. The predator's coming, it's getting ready to chew it up and swallow. Then the jellyfish goes on the attack, and the predator is on it spits it out. But I told you, what I tell you? I told you not to go eat the jellyfish, and what did you do? Now look what happened. Why I can't hear you now? Now your mouth's all puffy and numb. Now you can't speak here. But I tell you, I told you not to. Now you're gonna have to deal with that. Now you could be go hunting for food for a bit. I guess I don't have to live with this anymore. We'll just have to wait. I can't believe I asked you to do one thing, but you don't listen to me. That is probably how it would go down. And if you could understand me, that was my attempt at sounding like the inside of the mouth is numb or whatever. So it'd be hard to understand. But anyways, we should move on to fact number 4. The Great Wall of China isn't a single wall, it's a series of walls and fortifications. Interesting. The Great Wall, stretching over 13,000 miles, or 21,000 kilometers, was built in sections by various Chinese dynasties over 2,000 years. Its purpose was to protect against invasions and raids from northern tribes, like the Mongols. The wall is made from diverse materials including stone, brick, tamped earth, and even wood, depending on the region. Contrary to popular belief, it's not visible from space without aid. Huh. So I guess this isn't as tall as we make it out to be. But dang. So it's not a wall. It's a bunch of walls. So I guess you could say it's the Great Walls of China. Yeah, but dang. I guess China did it first. Like, they wanted to build a wall. It's gonna be a great wall and it's gonna be huge. China's over here like, okay. I guess I'll just do this in my regular voice, because I can't do a Chinese accent. Well, I reckon that these will be great walls. Yes, you think someone else will try to build a great wall? Who knows, maybe. But for centuries, we will have more than one great wall. We will have great walls of China. None shall surpass its greatness. Yes, we shall have great walls of China for many millennia. No wall will be greater. Okay, alright, that's a lie. It was probably, I don't know. It's just it's clever, you know. I don't know why I'm explaining it. But yeah. Huh. Who would have thought? Well, I guess it's time we move on to fact number 5. Butterflies can taste with their feet. Huh. So does that mean they don't have a mouth? I guess not. Butterflies have taste sensors or chemoreceptors on their feet that allow them to taste surfaces they land on. These receptors help female butterflies determine whether a leaf is suitable for laying eggs by identifying its chemical composition. If the plant is toxic or unsuitable for caterpillars, they move on doing another one. Oh, hey, who's that me? That was a sour burp. Well, just the sour part. But that is interesting to think about. It's quite doubtful. Good thing we do not have to do that. Because to have to test their toxic land to make a home, like for it to be done on a human scale, that would mean we'd be in a fallout scenario. But anyways, the butterflies will be like, Anyway, what do you think of this leaf? Should I test it? Do you think it could be right? I don't know. Why don't you find out? Okay. No. This one is toxic for sure. No. Well, we should move on. What about that leaf? Seems big enough. Let me try. This one is good. We can make children here. Yes. We can lay the eggs here and birth our children. Okay. I'm allowed here. See, we'll probably go on something like that. But now, we move on to fact number 6. They are nature fact. The Amazon rainforest produces 20% of the world's oxygen, but consumes all of it. Known as the lungs of Earth, the Amazon rainforest generates massive amounts of oxygen through photosynthesis. However, it also consumes nearly all the oxygen it produces through respiration and decomposition. Its real value lies in carbon sequestration, as it absorbs vast quantities of CO2, helping to regulate the planet's climate. Wow, that is incredible. I mean, you think the plankton would be known as the lungs of the earth, since technically it produces the most oxygen. But I guess the rainforest is a hungry fella, taking most of the oxygen it produces. Makes you wonder, just how much of that 20% do we receive? 1%? 2%? Maybe 3%? Who knows? But dang, 20% of the world's oxygen. I wonder how many, balloons that could fill. Probably a lot. Maybe hundreds, if not in the thousands. That is the amount of CO2 you'd need to fuel the rainforest with the oxygen it consumes. That would require a lot. One human couldn't do it. That's crazy. But that's right. You should be careful in the rainforest, because you could end up burning it down. If we lose the rainforest, well, that's bad for us. For you see, the more oxygen makers we lose, the closer we come to human extinction. I mean, we could replant the trees faster than we could lose them, probably. Maybe. Oh no, definitely. For sure. If we all pitched in. Right? But if we lost all the trees, all the ways of producing oxygen, we'd all suffocate and die, most likely. And that would not be good. Not at all. But now, we move on to that. Number 7. See, that's being a special one for the period. I'm thinking too. On to that. Number 7. Saturn could float in water if you could find a large enough tub. Dang. That's a really lightweight planet. It's not even the smallest. And yet it can float in water. That is... Wow. Saturn, the second largest planet in our solar system, has an average density of 0.687 grams per cubic centimeter, which is lower than water's density, which is 1 gram per centimeter cubed. This means that theoretically, Saturn could float if placed in a massive enough body of water. Its low density is due to its composition, which is mostly hydrogen and helium gas. Wow, that is... Wow. So if you were able to shrink it down enough, you could drag it to the earth and just have it sitting in the ocean. Right? Or you could put it in a museum. If there was a big enough space and you had a big enough water, you could create a sculpture of Saturn in a tub, or the floating planet, or the planet that floats in water, or something like that. Right? You could probably pay a lot of money to buy it too. Right? You can make a lot of money off of it just because of the way modern art is. Right? It's crazy, man. But now, we move on to fact number 8. Bananas are radioactive because they contain potassium-40. Bananas are rich in potassium, an essential nutrient. A small fraction of this potassium is the isotope potassium-40, which is naturally radioactive. Eating a banana exposes you to about 0.1 microsieverts of radiation, a harmless amount. For comparison, a single chest X-ray exposes you to 100 microsieverts. This radiation is so low, it's even used as a joke measurement called the banana equivalent dose. Huh. Okay. So, that means if someone's getting an X-ray and they're all concerned, Doc, are you sure this is safe? I don't know about radiation in me. Isn't bad? No, my good sir. You have no need to worry. You only receive 100 microsieverts. Well, isn't that a lot? Oh no, it's a banana equivalent dose. Banana equivalent dose? Even bananas are radioactive. They only contain 0.1 microsieverts of radiation, and you eat that, and you end up just fine. Well, that makes sense, but what's the shield thing? Oh, it's so I don't get caught in the X-ray picture. So that way we can get a clear picture without anything obstructing the view. Ah, makes sense. Yes. Yes, it does. Okay, I'll just make sure to stay perfectly still so we don't have to take multiple X-rays. Because too many X-rays at once can be harmful, but if we can get it in one go, that would be great. Alright. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. X-rays are completely harmless. Just, make sure to stand still so they only have to do it one time. I mean, obviously you may end up having more than one X-ray in your lifetime, but as far as that specific moment, they only have to do it one time then. Not do multiple takes, because you can stand still, and, that'd be good. But now, let's move on to fact number 9. Elephants mourn their dead and show signs of grief. Ooh, getting into a heavy one. I'm gonna need a serious, heavy topic, deep voice. Elephants are highly intelligent and emotional animals. When a herd member dies, elephants often touch the body with their trunks, stand vigilant, or cover it with leaves and branches. They've even been observed revisiting grave sites years later, appearing to remember the deceased. These behaviors demonstrate their complex social bonds and capacity for empathy. Yes, much like humans. Very sad. They had to mourn the loss of a child that was killed by a predator. It's so sad. But proves that even animals can feel emotions like us. Like the elephant. That even when a family member of theirs are gone, they will remember it for years to come. It will not be forgotten. Oh, dang. Alright, well, I bet you weren't expecting me to hit you with a heavy fact. Heavy, sad fact. But that's the way it is. Sometimes you'll get a interest, sometimes you'll get a funny fact, and sometimes you'll get a heavy, sad fact. But yeah, that's all the facts. Is there any that you knew? If so, let me know in the comments below which ones you knew. If you like this transmission, remember to like the video. And if you want to see more transmissions, you want to learn more facts, make sure to subscribe. so you won't miss out on any more. And, recommend this to others so they can see it. They can be informed on the facts on the street, the word on the street, something like that. I'm Mr. Cool Guy, and as always, to infinity and more facts.